Okay, so I'll go ahead and set the parking brake. While we're here at this point, I'm just going to go through a pre-takeoff briefing, and this is a briefing that you should cover anytime you do a departure in a multi-engine aircraft. Some things that you need to consider at the departure or upon departure, departing in a multi-engine aircraft is the possibility of an engine failure. And if you do have an engine failure, then asymmetrical or uneven thrust is going to happen. And there would be a yaw motion kind of displacing you from a straight level flight. And so we need to be aware of that. But at any rate, let's just go into pre-takeoff briefing, and then we're going to do a normal departure. Alright, so pre-takeoff briefing. If we have an engine failure or abnormality before rotation, we're going to, and I guess I should go to, let's see here, okay. So, if we have, this is the throttle,
get out of the line.
Prop levers, and this is the mixture. Alright, so, in the event we do have a engine failure abnormality before rotation, which is 75 knots in a normal takeoff, and the airspeed indicator is here, we're going to abort the takeoff. We're going to close the throttles, and we're going to use the brakes. And we're going to brake straight ahead, maintain directional control, and come to a full stop. And at that point, we will exit the runway. If there is not enough runway to stop, we're going to bring the mixtures to idle cutoff, fuel selector valves down here will be slammed back into the off position. Let me pull this up. The battery will be turned off, and we'll maintain directional control and avoid any obstacles if we have an engine failure after rotation with the gear down and sufficient runway to stop. Typically these are runways longer than 4,000 feet. We'll maintain directional control, close the throttles, land straight ahead, and we'll brake as required. If we have an engine failure after rotation, gear up, and we decide to continue, we'll maintain directional control, pitch, attitude, airspeed. The mixtures will go full forward, propellers will go to full forward, propeller controls will go to full forward, the throttle controls will go to full forward. We'll identify the engine that's not operating, dead foot, dead engine. In this aircraft, it'd be pretty evident because you would see stopped propellers, but in instrument meteorological conditions that your vision may be diminished outside the aircraft. So what we do is we test by verifying dead foot, dead engine. To maintain our heading, we're actually going to have to, just say for instance, our left engine was to fail on us, and we would have to bank slightly towards the right engine to overcome the asymmetrical thrust. And we will be adding right rudder. So in adding that right rudder, we would not have, okay, just had to turn that radio off or switch to another frequency. So left engine fails, we're going to be banking towards the right, we're going to be adding a little bit of control pressure to the right as seen here, and we'll be adding right rudder in this case. The left foot, your left foot would not be doing anything, so we use a memory aid saying dead foot, dead engine. That is not the foot you're using. Then we will verify by closing the throttle. We will close the left throttle. We would feather the left prop control, and we would pull the mixture all the way back. And we would climb out at 88 knots, which is considered the blue line, and we would declare an emergency and land. Alright, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Either we're going to lose the engine before rotation, or we'll lose the engine before we bring our gear up after rotation, or we'll make the decision to continue to depart. And what we have to do is we have to secure that engine. So mixtures, props, throttle, flaps up, gear up, identify dead foot, dead engine, verify by closing the left throttle in the example I gave, bringing up the left prop, feathering that, and then bringing the mixture control all the way back. And then we climb out a blue line. We still would have some climb performance going on, be very little climb performance, but we would still have some climb performance at blue line. So that's pretty much it on the pre-takeoff briefing. Okay, so at this point, fuel pumps are going to be on for takeoff, landing light, nav light, strobe lights. Right. So basically, what we're also going to do is see where our cow flaps are. Open the cow flaps. Carb is off. On the left, carb is off. On the right. Okay, let's get this party started. Okay, we're going to leave the brakes on, and we're going to slowly advance the throttle. To 2,000 RPMs as indicated here. We're going to check our engine instruments. We want them all to be in the green position. Our cylinder head temps will come up, but because we just fired the engine up. But check that our engine instruments are in the green. On the left engine instruments are green, and on the right engine, and we just simply allow the aircraft to roll forward. We're going to rotate at 75. And rotating, and we're going to climb out at 88. Just a hair below. And the runway we took off was 200 feet. At 700 feet, we're going to pitch for about 110 knots. Okay, we get that trimmed out pretty decently, 500 feet. And we're going to allow the nose to drop a little bit more to build some airspeed. No sufficient runway, gear up. Pitch this thing. Okay, crosswind. There's the Delaware River out there. Control's a little sensitive. But we will make the proper adjustments. Okay, we're downwind for runway 34. Let's see. There's our airport. Leaving our hands on the gear control. There's runway 34 out there that we just departed from. Notch of flaps, gear down before landing checklist, fuel selector valve, landing gear down, mixtures, props full forward, fuel pump on. Got one notch of flaps in, it's runway 6. Slightly below traffic pattern altitude and correcting. Neat. There's the Delaware River down there. City of Trenton and Ewing. It's in that direction. Carpet on. Coming in at 88 knots, blue line. Turn and final. Slightly left, correcting. Gas, fuel selector, mixtures rich, props full forward, landing gear down. You have a nice stabilized approach, slightly high. Slightly above 88, and we are pulling the power. Red over white on glide path. Touchdown.